Welcome back. I guess just about everybody has heard of Sanctuary Cove on the Gold Coast, but those who haven't been there may not necessarily be aware of exactly what Sanctuary Cove represents. It was opened in early 1988 after undergoing about a 4.5-year construction period. The conversion of a shallow arm of the Coomera River, which was mangrove swamp and bred mosquitoes and midges, which believe me really do bite, into a superb international residential resort. Now, the Cove offers a huge range of attractions, not only for people who wish to live there, but also for visitors on a day or longer basis. It has a 5-star Hyatt Regency hotel nestled in amongst the trees in superbly landscaped areas. It has 2 international standard golf courses, and they are available, one of them is available, for very reasonable fees for visitors to play golf. It has tennis facilities, bowling facilities, gymnasiums, a country club, all of the things that you would expect in a top-class international residential resort. But what Sanctuary Cove does have that other resorts don't have is a village. Now, that village effectively is a little town, and whilst it's built using fairly modern architectural techniques, it does manage to have the atmosphere of a traditional style seaside village. It throngs with people pretty well all the time. There are shops and services to cater for absolutely every requirement, and a superb range of restaurants and cafes located with views which are really just stunning. Now, obviously, Sanctuary Cove was built around a man-made harbour, and it has a very heavy marine orientation. As I said, it's located on the south arm of the Coomera River, around about 10 kilometres from the Southport Seaway. And because of that, the harbour and the anchorage and the marina are sheltered from all weathers. And because of that also, the river was actually dredged for its full length to Sanctuary Cove to allow even large boats to make their way all the way up and anchor in the harbour and in the marina, or tie up at the marina. In fact, it's so deep that the tall ships were able to make their way up the river during the bicentennial tall ships tour around Australia. Now, all of these qualities and attributes equip Sanctuary Cove superbly as a boat show venue, and in May each year, for the last 2 years, we've had a boat show. The first Sanctuary Cove boat show was in January 1988 during the Ultimate event, which was the opening of the Cove. And since then, we've had our boat shows in May. Now, the 1991 function has been organised and promises to be better than the other two, and that certainly will be an achievement. It will run a total of 10 days. It's called the 1991 Sanctuary Cove International Boating Festival. Now, it will feature quite a lot of activities which are peripheral to boating, if you like. There'll be Fishing Expo, more about that in a minute. The Spirit of Australia America's Cup Challenge will be launched. There'll be a billfish tournament along with a whole lot of other activities, but the nucleus of the Sanctuary Cove Boating Festival for 1991 will be the boat show. It's possible for Sanctuary Cove to rearrange the marina so that a large number of boats can be tied up and have ready access as far as patrons are concerned. You can look at these boats in detail, you can look into and outside of them, you can walk through the village and be entertained as you go by a delightful variety of street entertainers who take care of keeping the kids entertained and the adults, I might say, and quiet. And you can also see on the hard displays of trailer boats, a full range of Australian trailer boats, as well as a marine industry trade display which is second to none. This is located also in the village parking areas and in the streets of the village, and covers everything from depth sounders up to the most sophisticated radar gear, and from fishing gear right up to anchors. Now, the Fishing Expo this year is particularly interesting. It's been set up as a separate function. There will be a range of experts to talk about every aspect of fishing, and that's Australia's by the most popular participator sport. There'll be demonstrations and workshops on rigging lines and all aspects and techniques of fishing, and there'll be displays by Australian fishing industry operators. The billfish tournament is also going to be interesting. It's been said that this will be a boom season for billfish on the Gold Coast, and the Gold Coast is in the process of standing up as the blue marlin capital of the world because of our climate, because of the amount of water that's discharged into the sea in this particular area, and because of the proximity of deep water to the coast, it's a perfect area for the breeding of large billfish. So this year it will be a tag and release tournament, and it promises to be one of the most spectacular we've seen in the country. Now, there are a lot of other aspects to the 1991 Sanctuary Cove Boating Festival which are interesting. I really feel that you should know about it, particularly if you live in a remote area. So over the next couple of weeks, we'll be looking at specific aspects of Sanctuary Cove. We'll be seeking out some of the brand new models of boat and accessories and gear which will be released at this particular show, and we'll be appraising you in detail of exactly what it represents to you as a boatie. So make sure that you make plans to be at Sanctuary Cove between the 16th and the 20th of May, and if you can make it, maybe extend your stay over the full 10 days of the boating festival. We'll be back right after this break.